Welcome to the unit entitled The INHumanity of Man. In this unit, we're going to be discussing two main big ideas. The first one being, when you see injustice, do you act or do you just walk away? And the second big idea, it's kind of a simple question, but when you actually think about it, maybe it's not as simple as you thought. What does it mean to be human? And there's a whole bunch of other big idea questions or smaller idea questions that we're going to get into as we go through the unit. Now, we're going to have two anchor texts in this unit. The first one being Night by Elie Wiesel. It's a memoir he wrote on his experience during the Holocaust of World War II. And then we have the Declaration of Human Rights, written by members of the United Nations. And it details 30 articles that every single human being on the planet has a right to have. And we're going to look at those 30 articles and break them down and see if we are in violation of those human rights that every human is supposed to have. Some other texts we're going to read. We're going to look at a little bit of Oprah. Hopefully be able to watch the documentary Bully, the milligram shock experiment. We're going to look at some clips from the movie X-Men, which is a great allegory for human rights and humanity and genocide. We're going to read some poetry, more specifically some Maya Angelou, Still I Rise. We'll read a couple of short stories, The Guest in the Lottery, and we're going to look at a few more documentaries, A Class Divided, and JFK's inaugural address. So in this unit, there are 6 themes. First, we have the theme of silence. Next, we have faith versus evil. When evil acts are done in the world, how is it possible for Elie, a man of faith, to remain faithful to his God? We have the human need for hope. Hope that things are going to get better. Hope that things are going to change. Hope that people are humane. Survival of the fittest. How is it that the survivors of the Holocaust survived? Was it something inbred in them, or was it just chance? Loss of innocence, and then inhumanity. Some important literary terms that we're going to be really focusing on is imagery, irony, foreshadowing, illusion, memoir. A memoir is an autobiographical piece that a person writes when they don't want to write about their entire life. They just want to write about an account of their life. Night by Elie Wiesel is a memoir. Propaganda. Propaganda is any type of visual or written piece that a person writes in order to persuade the viewer to their side. In World War II, the Nazi had a lot of anti-Semitism propaganda where they would give this to German citizens in order to get them to hate Jewish citizens of Austria and Germany and other countries during the beginning of World War II. Historical context. We're going to look at the historical context of Night. Where were we in history as we're reading Night? So we may be in Auschwitz, 1942. Where was the world in that? So we want to begin reading text and also in the historical context. Textual evidence is going to be a big thing in this unit. We're going to be really learning how to answer questions and then also provide textual evidence to strengthen our responses. Symbolism, and lastly, syntax, which is the use of words.